Well, as I came in to hear the last of Coach Fisher's words, we sincerely appreciate his good wishes, his team's good wishes, and we are a team here. And it was interesting, we were able to clinch at Wyoming on Tuesday night, and it's the first time we've won there in quite a long time. And as soon as we landed and we started getting our phones back on, the first thing we said was, New Mexico lost at CSU on the men's side. We're a game back. We can do this together again. I mean, that's just really the way we feel. And I was excited for our team that they were able to be recognized last night. I think that's just a tremendous, tremendous accomplishment to be able to be Mountain West Conference champions. But again, to echo what Coach said, we have bigger fish to fry, and we have our goals set on not only finishing with wins against CSU and Boise to go in the right way with the kind of momentum we need, but we're not naive enough to think that our work is done. We know we have to keep winning and keep driving our RPI down and put ourselves in a position to go to the postseason. With that, I'll turn it over to my two mates.
Any questions for the student athletes?
Just general thoughts on winning that championship?
It was a big deal for us because we made it. It was a goal for the team at the beginning of the year, and it was even more of a big deal because we won at Wyoming and we never had. And going down there and just having that kind of that monkey on your back, knowing that you've never ever won at a place, and knowing that in order to get your championship, you have to win at a place you never had before. It was just a really big deal, and it was just a big accomplishment for this team and for this program. I mean, it means a lot. It would have meant a lot regardless, but just that it means more because I know how it felt to fail, and now I'm on the other side of that. So I never want to go back to that ever again.
Chelsea, your reaction? I mean, you've been a big part of this team's success, and your thoughts.
I definitely think winning at Wyoming was a milestone for this team. We were definitely looking to do something great, and like Coach Burns said, I think the sky's the limit for this team. We're not going to stop at Wyoming. It was a huge win, a big deal for the program, but we're moving past that win now. We have bigger fish to fry, like Coach said, and it's on to these next two games and then to the conference tournament. But definitely something exciting, and we celebrated and we look forward to it, but we still got business to take care of.
I'm sorry,
What's the identity of this team compared to your teams that you've had in the past?
Well, I think anytime you add new people, specifically freshmen, to a team, it makes it fun because everything's new. They experience everything for the first time, and they bring a level of energy that really is unsurpassed. And I think that for us, every team is different. Every team has different strengths, and that's part of for us to figure out is we knew we had lots of good parts. What can we do to put these parts together to have the success that we had? We had a little bit of a scouting report in the backcourt because both Chelsea and Kiana had been in practice. I knew what Courtney had done in the off season, and I knew how much she had learned a year ago. But kind of our X factor was, what's Kalina Tutt, who has been the greatest of role players since maybe as good as any I've ever had, when all of a sudden she's going to have a totally different role. What are these incoming freshmen that love to run and jump and do all kinds of things but have never played college basketball? How are they going to be able to adapt, and how are we going to be able to put them into a framework that doesn't overwhelm them to lose their athleticism but is able to have us keep progressing forward? So it was kind of a puzzle, but the joy of it is the spirit and energy of our team. I'll use an example the other day. It's been well documented that going to Wyoming is not one of the easiest things in February for any of you that want to try to do it. But no matter what gets thrown at our team, they just have fun wherever they are. They just, whether it's studying or just hanging out or singing or making up some silly game, we keep a positive vibe. We don't, this stinks, we keep our energy up. Our focus was to beat Wyoming. So whether we had to get diverted to Cheyenne and go through whiteouts, sometimes that really affects teams, not our team. And I think the speed of the leader, we have great leadership in our older kids. That makes a big difference. But I think the identity of this team, just black and white, is we have good leaders and good followers. People don't buck each other. They care about each other. And I know that sounds trite, but usually when you find a championship team, it's because people are all in. And when you have talented teams that maybe aren't championship teams, you got people on opposite sides of the spectrum. We are all in. There's great trust from our trainers and strength coaches and managers through our team into our entire coaching staff. And with that, you kind of feel like you can do anything.
Speaking of your trip, could you talk about your charter experience, maybe one of the players comment on it?
Our charter experience, it was fabulous. It was fabulous. It was a beautiful Gulfstream jet. The rumor was that Paris Hilton had it last. I don't know. That could be a rumor, so I am speaking to the media. The day before, Paris Hilton was on those seats, and I don't know. She might not have gone to Cheyenne. I'm wondering. I don't think that was her flight plan for the filed flight. I think that plane goes to Vegas a lot. I'm just throwing that out. It was a beautiful Gulfstream. We put it this way: we had a 6 o'clock tip. We won the conference championship, at least clinched a part of it. We danced on the floor in WYO. And I was driving into my driveway in San Diego at 10:30 at night. It doesn't get any better than that.
Yeah, they were great. Big shout out to Jim Stark, our athletic director, and everybody who really put in the time to get us those jets. And they were nice.
It helped us win.
It did. It did help us win, even though we had to go through a lot to get to Laramie. We were just so thankful just for that opportunity, because a lot of teams, even the number one team in the nation, maybe hasn't taken a jet like that. So I think it already, just starting the trip, we had a lot of energy because we had, we saw what we were getting and how they were treating us, and we kind of felt like they were giving us respect. Here's for winning, and here's a jet. So it gave us energy, and I knew we were going to win once we got on that jet. So,
and to piggyback off what Courtney said, definitely grateful for the jet. At my old school, we chartered all the time, and that plane was by far the nicest jet I've ever been on. It was amazing. So it was just, like Courtney said, we felt really grateful, really fortunate, but also respected. Like, not a lot of teams, as she said, get the opportunity to do that. And speaking from being at another school and having the opportunity to charter, like, it was night and day different. So it was great.
And you heard about the men's experience, and before you got on the jet, were you a little wary of?
Well, we knew it was different. I mean, we knew that it was because the other one, that wasn't intended. That was a backup plan, because no one needs my defense, but in defense of our department, it's really difficult to win at Wyoming if you go the commercial route, because they have no airport. So it takes 9 hours. It takes 9 hours from Viejas to get there. So if I was Coach Fisher and the roles were reversed and we were on the first trip and what we were scheduled to do couldn't, and they gave us a plan B, I would have taken the unknown plan B before I took the known, because it wears you out so much. Not just the duration, but just like then you have whiteout conditions. That's the part of it. That's the joy that you guys miss too, for all of that stuff. So it was nothing, and this is the way we'll be going forward. The guys will take the same planes to Boise, which we had originally planned to do Boise and Laramie for both sides, and they're going to do the same thing and finish with a bang, and hopefully it's going to work out both ways.
Any other questions?
Thank you all very much, and if I could ask one more thing, I'm not sure when my next presser will be, but next Wednesday is our final home game. And we have two fantastic seniors in Sojoya Griffin, who's given us a great lift in coming into our program a year ago, and the aforementioned Kalina Tutt, who has done a lot of things for this program. We're going to do some things, have their families here, and honor them. So anybody come here next Wednesday, help us fill up Viejas for their final shout would be great. Thank you.